stay tuned for another From Page to Plate to learn how to make these Szechuan beef noodles. And they are very good, you guys. Very good. So of course all of the ingredients come in this brown paper bag, with the exception of the meat, of course. And so I always just start by pouring everything out of the bag. That way I can take a look at everything and make sure they didn't leave anything out. So of course this recipe comes with beef stock. It comes with sweet soy glaze, shredded red cabbage. They also have carrots already shredded, your scallions, your ramen noodles, as well as your Szechuan paste and your sesame seeds. And then there, of course, is your ground beef. To start off, you're going to go ahead and salt your water. I always salt my water generously. That way that salt will get into the noodles. But I'm going to go ahead and set the pot on the stove so that the water can start to boil. That way, while we prepare all of our other ingredients, we can make sure we're multitasking. So first, you're going to gather all of your produce. You always want to make sure that you wash your produce. Please don't just start with the produce that they give you in the bag. I also remembered I had some scallions that I didn't use on one of my other meals that I made. So I just went ahead and grabbed those out of the fridge. So you're going to just go through and chop up your scallion. You want to separate the greens parts from the white parts and just continue until you have completely chopped everything up. Now that I have all my produce chopped up, it's time to get to cooking the ground beef. So you're going to just cook it like you would normally cook ground beef. Make sure that you season as you go because you can build on your flavors here. Then you're going to add another drizzle of oil to the pan, which I did not catch on camera, and add all of the vegetables that were included in the kit. Your carrots, your red cabbage, and just try to get everything in the pot. My pot almost was too small, but I was able to make everything fit. You'll want to let this cook down until the vegetables are soft because you don't want, well, you may actually want crunchy vegetables. I did not want them to be that crunchy. So I did cook these down until they pretty much, I won't say got soft, but they did get more manageable in the pan. And I would say that I cooked it for maybe about 5-10 minutes. I went ahead and added the vegetables before the meat would have gotten completely browned. And now that I have this kind of just cooking down, I am adding my ramen noodles to my boiling salt water. And see, this is why you got to know how to multitask. So I'm adding seasonings. I am continuing to stir my beef mixture, making sure all my noodles get submerged in that boiling hot water, and allowing everything to continue to cook. Then we're just gonna go in and add in our sauces that are included in the HelloFresh kits. And this is just going to continue to build on those flavors that we built with our seasonings. Because I will say I stray so far from how HelloFresh instructions tell me to season. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the Szechuan paste. I be squeezing these little packets. Gotta make sure to get everything from in there. And then I add in the beef concentrate and all of the other little seasoning sauces. And that last one will be the sweet soy glaze. Boy, look at me. Y'all saw me multitasking? Over there stirring both pots at the same time. There I go. And then we're gonna just make sure that everything gets coated with that sauce. And most times, I didn't hear, but most times I'll actually taste the sauces just to see if I really want them on the food. Because some things just don't hit with your palate, you know? And so here, of course, you saw me taking the noodles off of the stove. I just went over and got them drained in my sink, removing that pasta water. Now, you can reserve like a quarter cup of the pasta water just in case you need to add to your sauce to either thin it out or whatever it may be. And then we're going to just add those cooked noodles straight to the pan. It's a noodle fall. So now that all the noodles are in the pan, I'm going to just continue to stir and mix our food. That way the sauce will go ahead and incorporate all over the pasta, because I don't know if you guys are like me, I don't like the dry pasta feel. I just, I need it to be coated. And then also on the recipe, it did say to add a like quarter of a pat of butter, and that's me adding some of the pasta water because it had gotten kind of thick, so I wanted to loosen everything up. So make sure you scrape the sides of your pan, stirring thoroughly, and then it is ready to serve. So I'm just using my tongs to go ahead and plate up the meal. And if I had more, plate presentation, this would look even better. But you can go ahead and sprinkle your sesame seeds over the tops of both of your plates of noodles. You could also include lime wedges if you would have liked. That's, something that you can just add if you enjoy lime. And you could cut up little wedges to put on the plate as well. So here's the full presentation of the Szechuan beef noodles. I really enjoyed this dish. From the noodles to the ground beef to all of the vegetables, they were cooked up perfectly for how I like them. And of course, you would cook them to your liking. But the dish was very flavorful and it just tasted really good. So if you guys are subscribing to HelloFresh, I would definitely recommend the Szechuan beef noodles. So good.